Hello, it's Liz here, and the weeks are flying past and we're at another week in this little collage assignments journal. So I'm on to week 14, and as I said before, one of the earlier weeks, which this week is week 9. So I have already had a treasure hunt round my stash and picked out some things for the assignments. I've typed up the assignments for number 9 and number 14, and yeah. So, but first of all, I want to say a huge hello and thank you to my new subscribers. You have no idea, it makes my day when I look in and see another couple of subbies, and I'm so happy that you're quite liking what I'm doing, so that's good. Yeah, so let's see, 14. So 14 is buttons, something royal, a poem, a schematic, and 2 of something. So for buttons, I have this button stamp, which is 49 in Market, Gabby's Grunge texture set, and it's buttons which are kind of shadowy buttons, and I'm going to stamp them on the page using some Versamagic orangey, well, it's persimmon. I don't know if that's the right lid because that doesn't look like, anyway, it's a kind of orangey colour. I went with that because I had a couple of wee orangey things. Something royal, I've got a crown which just came from some free papers that were with a magazine. A poem, I have this poem here, which is called Duvet by Brian Bilston. Duvet, you are so groovy, I'd like to stay under you all of Tuesday. And that just tickled me, and I'll tell you where I got that. I buy this magazine, Simple Things, and there's always a poem in Simple Things, and this one was on the first page. There's always a poetic moment, and it tells you the book that the poem is from and whatnot. So that's where the poem came from. And I have a schematic, and I had to Google what they actually meant by schematic. I had in my head that it was like some sort of plan, or like if you were like an architect was building a house, they would do the schematics for the electricity and whatnot, and I just didn't have anything like that. But it also said that it could be a type of map, like a map that wasn't really a map, that was perhaps like a subway map where it was a kind of illustrative, it wasn't a true map of streets and things. So I managed to find this, which I got in Happy Mail, and we have no clue. I asked my husband, he thinks it's maybe some sort of Russian or Ukrainian or whatnot. We have no idea where it came from, but I've taken a little portion of that, and that's where that's come from. And I just wanted to pick up the orange a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of do something. Oh, and 2 of something. And I've got these little stickers, they're little pigeons, and there's a sticker with 2 twin pigeons, and I'm going to use that sticker somewhere, and that's going to be my 2 of something. So I think first up I'm going to stamp the buttons down the side. That's the plan. Let's see, hopefully we can get that to look pretty good down the side there. This is kind of, I don't know, watercolour cardy kind of stuff, so oh, that looks okay. I'll do another one. So it's a little bit brighter here today, but it's still not nice after getting some nice weather at the beginning of the week. I thought, oh, spring has sprung, but yesterday we had some snow flurries. I couldn't believe it. Oh, that one's not quite as but it'll do. A little bit at the bottom there, maybe a wee bit at the top. I think that'll do me for my buttons. I toyed with a real button, but I didn't want it to be too bulky on the page. So we've got our buttons. Something royal is our, I think I'll put that up the way, and then I think I'll put that at a jaunty angle. Yeah, the king is wearing his crown at a jaunty angle. I think that. So we've got our buttons, something royal, a poem, a schematic, and we'll put our sticker on at the end. Right, that's fine. So let's get sticking. I'll just use my old magazine and my glue stick. So I'll get this down first. So yeah, it's not been so nice. It's been a bit dreich, windy, wet. At least the snow didn't really come too much. It just was a little bit of a flurry. Let's put this about there. Yeah, a little bit of a flurry. And hailstones. And then the sun would come out. And then there would be sleet. And then there would be hailstones. Then there would be snow. Oh my goodness. 5 seasons in one day, right enough. Oh dear. I've managed to get, this is kind of shiny. I've managed to get glue on the front there, but that will rub off. Yep. And let's get this something royal. I had a crown stamp as well, but because I was stamping the buttons, I thought, no, I'm going to just use this to get over a little bit. There we are. Move that out of the way. And let's see where we're going to put our 2 of something, our little pigeons. We have wood pigeons. Would that be, I think here. Yeah, we have big wood pigeons that live in the trees at the back of us. One was sitting on the fence the other day. It looked like he was, or she, looked like she was laying an egg or something, the way it was all fluffed up and sat in the fence. I thought, oh, don't lay an egg there. There we are. Well, I'm quite pleased with that. It sort of ties in with a little bit of scrap paper over here. A little bit of orange, and the orange on the subway map. Wherever it might be. If you know where that is, you could let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to know where that is. Okay, let's get on to number 9, which is a ribbon, transportation, tissue paper, a food pack or label, and a repeating pattern. So let's get our little bundle for number 9. So I have my repeating pattern, and I'll show you where I got all of these things. The repeating pattern has come from this book, Lotta Jan's Daughter, and it's filled with patterned paper and wrapping paper, and then you get cards, tags, and some stickers at the back. And some ideas how to use them. And there's some stickers, and yep, lovely book. So I've torn out this piece to use as the background. Transportation. Oh yes, here's my things over here. I've got this little ticket stub, it said that you could use a ticket stub or any sort of picture of transportation. For my ribbon, I have, of course, a little bit of tartan ribbon. So that's my ribbon and my transportation. Tissue paper, I have this piece of, that's from a sheet of, I think it's Tim Holtz sheet of tissue paper. So I'll be using that. And for my food pack or label, I have this wine label. I take the labels off the wine bottles and I just sit them on. They're quite sticky when they come off the bottle, so I just sit them on either kitchen roll or spare bits of oh, that's a good one, spare bits of card or paper, and then I just trimmed round it. So I'm going to use that one. I also had this as a food pack from Greggs. Greggs is a chain of bakers in the UK. I think everybody in the UK will know of Greggs. So anyway, I've chosen this wine label. I just run the bottle under hot water and eventually they just peel off. So let's think. I was thinking of that there, and maybe this, put that up to the edge, and that on like that, and perhaps that like that. And this is just a little envelope. I got a little set of these pre-patterned, pre-decorated envelopes from Amazon. Quite cheap, but they're tiny little envelopes, and I just opened it out and stuck it down. So that's what's on the other side of there, just to bring out a little bit of the lilac purpley. Right, so let's get sticking this. Where's my... I haven't decorated the front of the book yet, but I'll get round to that. I'm still thinking about it in my head, what to do. You know how you do that? I don't know if everybody else does that. And you're sitting watching a TV programme and your mind just wanders off to craftier things. And I think, oh, what can I put on the front of that? I'm definitely going to put on my piece of Harris tweed that I've picked out. That's definitely going on. And then I didn't know whether I could sew paper or a piece of card as a label to the, oh, that's nice because that pattern shines through, to the Harris tweed, and then maybe sew through. I need to have a proper think because it's going to be the cover, and I want the cover to be spectacular. Certainly that's the plan anyway. Make a spectacular cover for the little book, given that you're putting all this effort into these collages. Well, I think I am. Get my... Honestly, we don't drink a lot of wine. Well, just at the weekends. I think these fancier labels came from we were ordering a box to be delivered during the first lockdown, because here the licensing laws in Scotland, you can't buy alcohol until after a certain time of the day. And so because we want to get to the supermarket early before it gets busy, the alcohol aisles are cordoned off and you can't get your wine or anything for that matter. I think they think we can't be trusted. Anyway, so during the first lockdown we got a box delivered that lasted us a little while. I think it had a dozen different bottles in it. And I think that's where the fancy labels came from. I just stapled that little bit of ribbon on to that tag, that ticket, to make it into a little tag. Can you see? Just a wee mini staple. I think that's quite cute. Right, I think that's that one. I don't know whether I'm all that sure about that. These take up a lot of, I quite like to have the white space round it. Oh, there's no white space in that one, but this one I like because of the white space. I suppose that's got space, but it's just this one, do you know, this one I think is my favourite so far. It's just so quirky and I like the space. Anyway, it's a bit different. You can't have them all the same. Right, so that's number 9. So next week, well, we've only got 8 to do to catch up. A couple of months worth. So that's my number 9 done, and my number 14. I think out the two today, I like this one the best. Okay, that's me. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.